Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be about the day of surgery where Axel got his bow legs basically fixed, or he had surgery on both legs to correct the bowing. This video is really to help parents, moms and dads out there who have a little one and in the future you know this is gonna happen or this needs to get done, like me. I've been knowing about this surgery for quite some time now, probably since Axel was a baby. And even though you think like, oh, we still have some time, you know, surgery it's not until a few years, that time is going to come when you least expect it. Like June, let's just say summer of 2019, we went to his follow-up with the orthopedic clinic, and they told us, you know what, Axel is ready for surgery, so when do you want to schedule it? And it just kind of hit me really hard. It hit me really hard because I was like, oh my god, time has come. This is the time where I've been knowing about it for 8 years, but I'm always like, oh, I still have time. It's not gonna be any time near soon, right? Well, no, time has come, and how am I gonna tell Axel? How am I gonna tell my 8-year-old that he needs to get surgery on both legs? It is not easy news to break. It is not easy news to take or to swallow in. It's just, it took me some time. And I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna tell Axel anything until time has come, which is close time to surgery. Why would I stress him for a whole year? Because we did schedule surgery for a whole like a year out, so we've been knowing about this surgery for 1 year. And before I even continue, I am gonna pop in here a picture of Axel's legs. This picture is from March of 2020, and this was his last appointment before surgery. Surgery was done June 1st of 2020, and this picture, as you can see, the bowing, it's the curving, the bowing in his legs is really bad. Not just even that, it would make, when he would run, it would make him fall a lot. And in the future, I think it's like really bad for them to do it when they're, I guess, recovery, it's really bad when you're the older you get. So there's a certain age that they recommend for you to do it. And our doctor, he is Dr. Only, and he is at Children's Mercy. He's going to retire this year, and that's the reason that he wanted to do it before he did. And I just have to say, he did an awesome job. He is the best doctor. I mean, he's one of the best. And so Dr. Only told me that I could pick up a date, and I picked out the date because I was wanting to Axel to recover during summer, so that way that he didn't miss school. But we were not even planning on this pandemic to happen, so a lot of the things that we planned did not happen as we did. But that's okay, because you know, stuff happens no matter what, if you plan it or not. So I'll talk to you guys a little bit about that. I have actually notes, like I have made notes. This is how much notes I actually even have here on some on the back too. So I made notes because I don't want to leave out nothing in this video from Axel's surgery. Again, this video is for everyone, but I really did make this video in mind because of other parents that have children with achondroplasia or any type of dwarfism, that in the future, you know, that they're going to be having this type of surgery that my son had. And I hope that this video helps you in any some kind of way, because at least for me, I would have loved to had someone to watch before Axel had this done. I would have got tips. I would have known whether, I actually keep in mind that I know that not everybody heals the same. Everybody's recovery is different. I know that, but I would have had love to watch someone that went through this process from the beginning to at least recovery just so I know a little bit what I was going to expect. I knew nothing going into this. I knew nothing. So now that I showed you the before pictures, oh, I do want to disclose that I'm no type kind of doctor, anything. This is my story with my son. This is my experience. This is me sharing what we went through with you, so that if you're going to go through this in the future with your daughter or son, that it kind of helps. This will become some kind of moral support to you, that you know you're not out there alone, that we have a lot of parents out there that go through this and think the way you do, and we are in this together. Okay, so I'm gonna start out with the night before June 1st. I can't remember in my head right now if May has 31 or 30 days, but the night before, we did a bath prep. So we basically just was a bath all the way. In our bag we prepped, what did we have in our bag? In our bag we had 2 changes of clothes for Axel. And I want to recommend right now that if you are going to buy anything before surgery, prep with big undies. The reason is because cast can be big, or can actually be like really thick on their legs, and the undies that they actually wear will not fit. So I did prep with that on time, and I got Axel undies that were like 1 or 2 sizes bigger. So I had 2 pairs of clothes. I had his favorite pillow and his favorite blanket. We prepped with we had a tablet for him, we had an iPad, his charger. We had, for mom and dad, like for ourselves, we also had like 2 changes of clothes. What else did we take? Let me think. We took, what else? Oh, we took something like, I think it was Play-Doh. We took Play-Doh and games, which by the way we did not end up using, because at the hospital they gave him a lot of stuff to play with, so that was really good. And bath time, they recommend for you not to put any kind of lotion on them, anything, like just give the bath, dry him up, and that's it. No, nothing else. He had his last meal like about 9 p.m. and I really made sure that he ate a lot. Like, I'm not stuffing him to the point where he's throwing up or anything, but I really did make sure like that he eat enough for him to, like, whenever surgery time came by, that he wasn't starving or whatever. So basically to go bed with a full belly. So bedtime was around 10:30 that night. So last meal was at 9 and bedtime was around 10:30. And I'm going to show here a picture of our arrival. This picture of him holding with dad, it's basically us arriving to the hospital, or at least to the waiting room for surgery. And obviously we had to do the COVID-19 check-in, which is, you know, we have masks, they took our temperature for everybody, make sure we're fine. They question us like, are you okay? Have you been around anybody that has been sick or whatever, you know, all those questions that they do nowadays. Obviously they took his height and weight and put on his gown. They gave him an iPad at this point for him to like get entertained and not think about surgery. Axel actually was nervous. He was nervous, but at the same time the iPad did help. It helped with him not thinking about surgery until it was time to go to surgery room. When we were in the waiting room, you know, they take you from the from the check-in area, they take you to a room where you wait privately for the surgeon to come, which he did. We met with his doctor, we met with the anesthesiologist. They estimated time for surgery was 12 p.m. I think, and the actual time that we left for the room, we left to go get surgery done, was 1:30 p.m. And obviously they take you to this hallway where it's like saying goodbye. So that you go with him. They take him in the bed, in the rolling bed, like in the bed with the wheels. We go out together to this hallway, which is located right outside these elevators. So we say goodbye to him, and then the nurses take him, and you get in the elevator, go downstairs, and go to the surgery waiting area for parents. This is by far the hardest thing I have ever have to do with Axel, and this is not the first time because he's been through several surgeries. So this, for me, saying the goodbyes is the hardest part. It's like saying goodbye to your child and not knowing if he's gonna come out good, or not knowing if surgery is gonna go. This is where your head starts just going everywhere, right? And you're thinking, and mommies and daddies out there, you are not alone. We go through this together. When they took Axel, he was really scared. He started yelling for me. He started crying, and that's when that gets to you. Like, I was trying to be strong, right? My husband and my family always tell me, Karen, you need to be strong. You cannot, no matter what, you cannot cry. You cannot cry. Sorry, you cannot cry in front of Axel, because that's not helping him. Like, you will make him feel worse. So I'm like, I'm trying to hold myself together. Something is in my throat. Like, I just want to cry so bad. My eyes are watery, and he keeps yelling, "Mommy, mommy, don't let them take me." Axel is very strong, and he doesn't get nervous until this point, because this point is like, oh, it's really happening. Yes, so I cried a lot. And I was able to hop in the elevator, say my goodbyes to him, tell him we love him so much, that everything's gonna be okay, that he's gonna do perfectly fine. And so we go downstairs to the waiting room, and we're just sitting there. It's me and Dad, and we're just sitting there, and then they come up and bring us this wheelchair. I thought we were supposed to go pick it up before the surgery, but I don't know, it wasn't ready or something, but we ended up not getting it, and then they brought it to us at the waiting area. And it just hit me so hard, because this is the wheelchair that my baby's gonna be in for the next 2 months or so. And the wheelchair, by the way, I'm gonna put a picture of it right now. As you guys can see, it is really cute. It's really tiny. You can tell it's for kids. And they came and showed us how to use it, how to put the brakes on, how to adjust it. It was really easy to use. So not the hardest thing in the world. It was super easy to use. And then so one of the nurses, before, I forgot to mention this, one of the nurses, before heading out of our private waiting room into saying the goodbyes, told me about this app that the doctor uses. And there's like a nurse inside the surgery room, which I think that all she does, I'm not sure what else she does, but she updates you on the app how the surgery is going. So I'm going to put here the text messages, and I'm probably gonna not show them all, but I'll show you guys a few of so you guys can get the idea what the text messages look like. And this is what eased my heart. This is what made everything so much better, because the first text message that comes in, which I'll show you guys, is like, Axel did great going back there, he's fine, we have started surgery. That was good, right? Like, oh, okay, so he's good, he stopped crying, whatever. And the next message pops in, which I'll show you guys right here, and it was like, first leg is done. I can't remember, I think it was the right one. Anyways, first leg is done, everything went out great. You're like, oh, thank God. And then a lot of messages start popping in, like, he's doing better, we're gonna start the next leg, so on and so on. And I just have to say, whoever thought of this is a genius, because being there as a parent, waiting for your baby to get surgery on, it's one of the hardest things. And it was so hard, like, it was more harder to me this time, because before you can take family to support you, and now you couldn't take no one because of COVID-19. It was just both parents, and that's it. I mean, obviously we were supporting each other but it was like not what we expected, because we were expecting like for our entire family to be there, more people with us supporting each other. And when Axel got her surgery, he would come out and see everybody waiting for him with balloons and presents and stuff, and that didn't happen. Anyways, so the text messages were awesome. And then so I'm going to think that about 5 something, which I'll show you the actual text message where they told me Axel is out of surgery, everything went perfectly fine, we're going to take him now, and he's going to recover. He's going to be in recovery for, I don't know, an hour or so. By this time, me and Dad were in the waiting room the whole time. We did not even leave to get food or anything. We haven't ate, we haven't had breakfast, and we were like, if Axel hasn't had breakfast, we're not having breakfast. When he gets to eat, we get to eat. I guess that was our thinking. Like, we're in this together and we're gonna eat together, you know? So we haven't had anything. We just left to get coffee. We actually have a coffee shop inside the hospital, so we went to get coffee, and then we came back and we kept waiting the whole time. But at 6:07 p.m. At 6:07 p.m. keep in mind, we're in the hospital. I think we were there like at 10 or 11 a.m. But at 6:07 p.m. we get to see our baby. It was so good to see him. Like, even though he had his cast, and he chose neon green for one leg and then red for the other, and they were so cute. But we were just so happy to see that he came out good. Everything came out fine. We were so happy and blessed, and we were very thankful that everything went well, and nothing that we didn't think went bad. So the rest of the night, Axel, so this was at 6:07, and Axel woke up at 7 p.m. So he had already been in recovery for 1 hour, but then sorry, I gotta pop my bag. So he woke up at 7 p.m. and yes, the first thing that Axel wanted was to eat. So we were like, yes, because we want to eat too. We're like, baby, how are you feeling? What's your pain? He's like, no, yeah. They gave him a little button that he could like press on, and it would like give him medicine through his IV. So the nurse explained that to him. He also had ice packs. There were ice packs on his legs 24/7. So as soon as that he needed new ones, the nurses will go and bring him new ones. There was just ice packs, like, let's just say this is the ice pack, but this is the leg. They were just like over like this. They were just over his cast. And nurses tell me that even though I would not think so, that this actually would help reduce with the swollenness of his legs. So at this time, when we asked Axel, what is your pain from 1 through 10, you know, they have the little faces that you can see. He did tell us that his pain was at 10. Obviously, that's what it was expected. Okay, so your baby is not gonna come out of surgery and be like, I am totally fine. No, you're expected for your baby to come out in pain. But obviously, as soon as he hit that button, he started to feel a little better. And then we ordered food. Food came in. He had food, not all of it. He had just a little bit. But at this time, when he fell back asleep, then me and Dad went to get food. And they brought his food up like about 10 p.m. And what did he order? He ate pizza. I remember that because I wrote it down. He ate pizza and Sprite. It's really like what was his favorite thing to drink. So he would drink a lot of Sprite. And I think about 10:30 that night, it's when he finally, or either 10 or 10:30, it's when he finally went to bed. And I'll show a picture of him here going to bed. And the night was, I just have to tell you a little about how the night went. The night went as everything that I expected to be. The waking up, pressing his button, changing his ice packs. This is our night, right? Every hour and a half or two was changing ice packs, pressing the button, sleeping, asking for water, asking for Sprite, and doing it again. And obviously they would come and check his vitals, and that would wake him up too. So that was our night with Axel. Oh, and so for number 1, like they gave him a little bottle that we would just, since he's a boy, you know, we would just put it on there and then rinse the bottle and whatever. So that was us helping him with the restroom too during the night. And that was it. That was our first day of our surgery. So for June 2nd, our second day, let me tell you real quick about our second day at the hospital. Our second day was much better. Axel, they brought this is the day that he was more awake. We were watching TV, cartoons. He would order breakfast, lunch, dinner. They brought some presents. They brought him a stuffed Pikachu. They brought him some Play-Doh. They brought him several presents. He would play with his iPad that we took one, but he didn't use it because they gave him one there and he used that one the whole time. He has not moved from the bed, you know, from his bed. At this time, he has not moved at all. But pain wise for day number 2 went down from 10 to like the 8 or a 7. So when the nurses would ask what his pain was, he would be like, oh, a 7 or an 8, depending. You know, we were still pressing that button, giving him that medicine, controlling that pain. So ice packs all the way. We never ever stopped the ice packs. We did it for a total of 4 days. So day number 1 would be surgery day as soon as he came out, and then we did it for 3 more days, like non-stop, 24/7 ice packs. Okay, so that was day number 2. That's what we did. And on day number 3, which was June 3rd, we got to go home. I don't remember the time, to be honest. I don't remember the time. I think it was about, it wasn't in the morning. I think it was about like 2 or 3 p.m. when we got to go home. And going home, day number 3 was pain wise was still about a 7 or 6, you know. We got a total of, we got 2 medicines prescribed to him. One was just like ibuprofen, just like for pain, and the other one was like pain for his muscles, and then the other one was vitamin D, and then the other one was calcium. So that's the 4 things that he got to take home with him. And let me see what else. One of the doctors, in order for us to go home, they switched him over from the bed to the wheelchair, but he needed to be able to support that pain, like not scream, or if he was really in such a pain, we would not go home. So we had a tryout, and so nurses got him, and Dad helped out, and they switched him from the bed to the wheelchair, and he did perfectly fine. And then the other test that he had to do was like to lift himself up from the wheelchair for 20 seconds and then let go. And this is because if he was going to be in a wheelchair at home, like in a wheelchair, like sitting down, watching TV, playing, moving around, he needed to give his little butt a break. So he needed to do that exercise, like lift himself up for 20 seconds and come back down. If he was going to be in the wheelchair, he needed to do that at least once an hour, which when we got home, it was really not much needed because we moved him from the wheelchair to the sofa, and he's been there pretty much the rest of the time. So June 3rd, we get to go home, and this was Axel's surgery. What's your name?
Axel.
Okay. How old are you?
8.
Okay. Axel, tell mommy, what did you get done?
I get done by fixing my leg.
Yay!
Woo! I had them curved, but I said goodbye to my curvy legs. Now I have these straight legs now.
Yes.
God made my legs curved because that means I'm special than anybody in the world.
And Axel, did you choose this cool colors, buddy, for your cast?
Yeah, these are my favorite colors. I like green and red.
Awesome. Hey, tell me, were you nervous when you were going to go to surgery?
Yeah.
Are you ready to go home?
Yes, and then I can see all my whole entire family. And my dad said he's going to give me an Xbox.
Hey,
No.
Axel, what would you say? Hey, Axel, listen. What would you tell other kids that need to have their legs fixed just like you did? What would you tell them?
I'll say, dude, you should get your legs fixed because I did them, and you get to be in the wheelchair and you get to move around whatever you want, and then your mom and dad don't have to do stuff for you, but they're gonna have to do everything for you, and then
Okay.
and if you have them curved, you're gonna just be that fat, and that's gonna be because if you have them curved like me, when I was curved, I was like running kind of fast, but not that fast. So I think I'm gonna run really fast this year.
Yes. Awesome. Good job. Thanks for your time, Axel.
Okay. Bye, people.
Bye. I'm going to make another video. Please stay tuned or look for my next video, which I'm going to show you the day that Axel gets his cast taken off and he gets like braces, okay? And I hope I can do a video with a lot of his exercises that he does. I just wanted to say thank you for watching. Thank you for your time for watching this. Thank you for your time and watching this video. I hope that it was in any kind of help to you to ease that anxiety or that stress that you might have, because you know you have a little one that will probably soon will have to go through this. And if you have not watched my other video, I have another video which I meant to do after this one, but I was not able to. That it's about my morning routine with Axel, and this is what I do daily with him with his cast already on. Okay, so this is already a month post surgery. Watch that video because it would ease your soul too, to see what an actual morning looks like with cast already, with pain control and everything. So thank you guys so much for watching again, and stay tuned for my next video.